In this video, we're going to show you how you can utilize Planning Center to block out dates for serving, also how you can respond to service requests that have been given to you when your team leaders have been scheduling you for particular services. So when you log into Planning Center, you're going to be brought to a screen where you're going to be able to see this. This is your schedule. These are places where you have been requested to serve in different areas. What you can do is you can, in this case, I've got 3 different places in which I've been requested to serve. I can either click accept all to all of them, or I can accept them individually or decline them individually so that I know or when I can serve and when I can't serve. You'll notice under this calendar section that there's these red dots here. This is indicating a time that I had set out as a blackout date, which means that I was not able to serve during that time. I was actually out of the country, and so I was not available to serve. So when you log into the system, anytime you've been requested to serve, you're going to be underneath this My Schedule. Sometimes it may be collapsed like this, so just hit the little arrow next to it and you'll be able to go in and again accept all of these different places in which you have been requested to serve. If you get an email, the email will look like this. That will show you how you've been asked to serve, and it's going to show you all the different times. You can hit the view plan if you want, where it'll take you out to the system, or you can respond to the requests individually. But this is what the email would look like in the event that you're getting a request to serve for multiple services. If your team leader has scheduled out an entire quarter, that's how you'll see this come in multiple service format like that. You may also see it come differently like this, where if it's just a one-off where they just need you to serve for one service, you'll actually be able to accept or decline right in the email. So again, if they're scheduling you out for a whole quarter, you're going to see it come through in multiple an email with multiple dates on it. If they're just scheduling you for a one-off, you'll just see it as this one service, and you'll be able to accept or decline it within the email. So now, how do we go in and adjust our serving ability? So what you're going to do is go up here to the top here and actually go to your profile. Under your profile, you'll be able to change some things like the communication, the way you're communicated, those types of things. But here what we're going to look at is we're going to look at specifically the scheduling. So if you have a certain preference on how you can be scheduled, maybe you're being scheduled on multiple teams, we encourage you to use this schedule me as often as you want, or this preference section. You can edit this where you can change this to saying, hey, I can serve up to so many times per month, or I can do so many plans per day, meaning like if you were for multiple services, you could in this case only do up to 2 because we only have 2 services at this time. The biggest thing is right here is how many times per month you can serve. Now I will ask you to consider this. Don't put that restriction on unless you absolutely have to, and the reason being is it just makes it easier if everybody's left to schedule as often as we can, and then you have the ability to go in and mark, decline or approve on those requests. So even though you may only want to serve 3 times a month, I wouldn't necessarily put that in there. It just makes it hard for us from a scheduling standpoint. But again, you'll have the ability to go in later when it's requested of you to serve to decide whether or not you can serve on those dates. This is just showing the teams that you're involved in. And again, you can change how often you can serve. So maybe if you're serving on 2 teams and one of the teams is a much more involved team, you're having to serve on a more regular basis, you can maybe say, hey, I can serve here as often as needed, but on another team, hey, I can only serve once or twice a month. Again, if you don't have to put that restriction on there, it's better. Now, if you want to add blockout dates, these are dates in which you are unable to serve. You would click on this, and actually I'm going to go ahead and do this for next month because I'm actually going to be out of town the 17th through the 24th. So I'm unavailable to serve on this particular Sunday. This does not repeat, and the reason that I'm going to be out of town is on a mission trip. So just put the information in there and just save the blockout dates, and that makes it so that when the person who is scheduling you gets to those dates, you're not going to be an option for them to go ahead and schedule you. If you go underneath communication, this is just showing messages that you've received or that you've sent. You can also add a mobile number, so I'm going to go ahead and do that here. And my mobile number, I'm going to go ahead and add in here, and my carrier. And then I'm going to go ahead and click save. You can also edit any of this information here. So if you want to put in about your anniversary and whatnot, you can do that as well. And then you can actually mark why it is that you're going to get text message notifications. So you might want it for scheduling requests or for reminders or for replies, those types of things, general emails. For right now, I'm just going to put in scheduling requests. If you do download the Planning Center app onto your phone, you will get a notification even if you don't have your cell phone number put in there. You'll get a notification from the actual app itself. And so if you have a signature for emails that you want to put in, you can put that down here too. If you need to get your password reset, please contact the office 630-262-1083 or email us office@cometothewell.org so that we can send you a new password. And then here, this is just different places that you can have permissions for different things. So right now I have an organization administrator permission, but this allows me to see what it is that I have access to. So those are the big things. The big thing is the scheduling and communications tab, adding in blockout dates, putting in preferences for serving if it's needed. And then this is also showing you what's coming up. Places where in the yellow is all places that you've been requested but have not confirmed. If you confirm these, they'll turn into green. If you were to decline them, they would go red. And also just kind of gives you a summary confirmation up here as to how you've been doing with your scheduling. So again, if there's any questions or you run into any issues, feel free to give us a call at the office, 630-262-1083, or you can email us office@cometothewell.org.